You must have all heard about swine flu. No? You ran around with that mask and all and never went anywhere and it all got... Whole thing was a hoax to make money. Did you know that? No. See, in every winter season in Europe and America, flu is a common thing. This is a minor illness syndrome. 4 minor illness syndromes make you more sick than heart attack and cancer. You probably didn't know about that. You are only talking about cancer, diabetes, hypertension. No. 4 things. Sore throat, flu-like illness, common cold, and feverish cold. Did you know this? In Europe, in winter, 50 million people do not go to work because of one of these 4 diseases. And all these 4 diseases require Indian treatment. What's that? When you have a cold, the virus lives in your nose and that's bugging you. You can't breathe enough. And you go and take a tablet. What does it do? Temporarily it gives you relief because it closes your blood vessels. Afterwards it opens it wide and you get more further congestion. Then you get cough. Then you may even get asthma. Instead of that, when you get the first few sneezes, go home, ask your mummy for a bowl of water, boil it, and the fume comes up, close your mouth, don't go very close because it will burn you, little distance. Breathe that fume in and out, maybe for 5 minutes. Your nose becomes 1 degree centigrade warmer and the virus dies. And next day you are fine, you can go work. This treatment is free. That is why it is not popular. Did you get that? Suppose you get sore throat. Do you know the best treatment? Sip hot water. If you don't like water, many of you don't like water. Sip hot tea, doesn't matter. But keep on sipping for about half an hour so that the throat temperature and your head temperature goes up by 1 degree centigrade, germs die. But who wants to do that? Suppose you get a flu-like illness. Simply sit at home, don't go for work, rest. Number 2, plenty of water. Number 3, eat in moderation. And next day, you are okay. On the contrary, you take one of these lowering drugs, fever lowering drugs. They are the deadliest. The body wants the temperature to go up to kill the germ, you want to lower it. So this fellow will be off color for about a week or 2. It's called malaise. And then it will depress the immune system so that a secondary infection comes, you get permanent cough, hacking cough. Then you take a cough syrup, it suppresses the cough and it becomes a pneumonia. Cough syrups are banned in all countries except India. Most countries, not all countries. Cough should be treated for the cause and not the symptom. Cough is an indication there is something wrong. Find out what is wrong or ask your doctor to find out what is wrong and treat that. Cough can be tuberculosis, cough can be pneumonia, cough can be cancer, cough can be anything. Cough can be simple cough. And if you suppress the cough, if you have said, let us say, cancer inside the lung, for so long time you don't know that cancer is there unless the cancer comes out of your mouth. So symptom treating is bad. That's why I said when you have a first symptom, what does it mean? Your immune system cannot cope with what is wrong and it has failed. So he gives you, then you go to a good doctor. I was telling you the good doctor is a family doctor because he knows all about you, etc. So then we went at the tangent. Come back. Now when this doctor has seen you and advised something, follow it faithfully and have faith in him. Faith in him. That will provoke your immune system and cure it. I was telling about a study which was done in Oxford, Cambridge, Hamburg and Munich and published in 2012 in one of the most prestigious journals called Science Translational Medicine, STM. This study showed severe pain, irrespective of what the cause of the pain is. They were running a drip of morphine into the patient and doing his fMRI, functional MRI to see what the brain does, and told the patient, this is not morphine. This is a new vitamin we have found out for your pain. So you will not get pain relief, but you will get relief of your disease. Not a single person got pain relief. Then they took that patient, crossover to study the other side, ran saline drip, salt water, and told the patient, this is morphine. You use salt or morphine. Everybody's pain went. Now they found out from the fMRI that when the patient believed it is morphine, when it was only saline, the forebrain produced such powerful opioids, much more powerful than morphine, that the pain disappeared. When he didn't believe it was morphine and it was morphine, what was happening to the forebrain? It slept. Nothing happened. So, Placebo. That's it. You see a doctor, a good doctor, you see him. And then if he says, hey, don't worry, you're all right, you'll be all right. Kai Rashi solvang. In South we say Kai Rashi. Kai good. Touch. Touch. It's a very powerful thing. You transfer your biological energy, you just tap him on the back and say, hey, you're all right. Don't worry. You must be generous with your patient. And then he will be all right. But we have become nocebo doctors. We see the patient and say, oh my God, this looks like a cancer. Maybe maximum you have got about 6 months to live. I don't know how we say that. We are worse than the astrologers. Many times what happens is the patient is very bold and doesn't believe this doctor. He'll outlive the doctor and attend his funeral. Scientifically, a quantum physicist who teaches physics in Strathclyde University in Glasgow, William Firth, has written a beautiful article in the British Medical Journal, Chaos, Doctors Predicting the Unpredictable Future of Patients. Please read this, you will understand it because he wrote it in the Christmas issue. Christmas issue of the BMJ is reserved for light sort of science which ordinary man can understand. Please read this, I'll give you the reference if you want. W.J. Firth. You go to the Google and say Firth W.J. Article's name is Doctors Predicting the Unpredictable Future of Patients. Even when you go to a doctor and say fever and you, doctor, I've got a very important board meeting tomorrow. Don't worry, take it 3 times, tomorrow you'll be all right. Bloody doctor doesn't know a damn about what he's talking. Don't worry. And this is in the British Medical Journal, write down, BMJ. You go to the Google, free it is available. BMJ 1991. Okay? Then semicolon, 303. Then colon, 1565. Did you get all that? You will get the article, read it. One reading may not help you, read it about 4 or 5 times. You will get to know how foolish we doctors are in predicting your future because quantum physics, there is no future. It is yet to be born. Future is not born. Yesterday is dead, so why worry about yesterday? I always tell my students who are worried about the exams and all, forget 2 days in a month, year I say, you will be happy. What are the 2 days? Yesterday and tomorrow. You are happy. Today you are happy anyway. So I always tell them, work as if you are going to die just now. So you become very kind. When you think you are going to die the next minute, you are kind to everybody. You have no enemies, no grudge, no nothing. But plan like you are going to be immortal. Otherwise this world cannot go on. Everybody tomorrow says, I am going to die right now and I am not going to do anything. We will not eat also. So plan as if you are not going to die at all. Work as if you are going to die the next minute. Both may be true. So this is how you are happy and this is how our medicines work as long as the doctor is good. That's why.